Well, if it isn't the one, the only, the beautiful Millie. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing better that you here. Yep. I just want to say I appreciate you for taking the time. I know you're a busy lady and everything, and you had to keep switching the schedule up on me like 30 times. But I appreciate you for taking time out to see little old me, SG.
I appreciate you for giving me this opportunity. I really enjoy it.
Definitely. So yeah, welcome to Speak Up, baby. Typically when I start my interviews, I always think of a word that best describes that person. So I actually looked at your name like Millie. So when I think Millie, I think like you're gonna be making some money.
Yeah.
So when you make that money, you make that Millie, you just let me hold like $2. That's all I need. Play a couple scratch offs.
I got you.
Yeah. So you always had that nickname, Millie?
My actual nickname is Millie. It's not Millie at all. It's just when I came here to Cleveland about like 8-9 years ago, people didn't know how to say my actual nickname properly. They just knew how to say Millie, and it just kind of stuck. So.
Interesting. So you from Pennsylvania?
Yes, I am.
Oh, somebody be doing their homework. And you moved here around like what, 2009?
2012.
12?
Halfway through high school.
Okay. How was your transition, like coming from Pennsylvania to coming here?
It wasn't the smoothest. Just because you're coming in the middle of high school, you already established your friends, and then having to redo it all over again. Mm-hmm. It wasn't the best time in high school. I think I had a better time as soon as I hit my senior year. But, everybody has a rocky transition. I got through it, and it made me into the person I am today. Honestly, I wouldn't wish anything different back then.
So, what part of Pennsylvania did you stay?
So I stayed along the East Coast. So we lived in a little town called Swangsville, Pennsylvania. That's more towards the countryside, and then we moved closer to the city at Conshohocken, which is a little bit outside of Philadelphia.
So you was milking cows and stuff like that?
No, that's what everybody thinks when they think countryside Pennsylvania. Not at all. Wasn't milking cows. I did horseback ride, but I wasn't doing anything like that.
Interesting. So would you prefer the city or the country?
Oh, I love the city. I love the convenience of everything. I do like the good median in between. Like if you do have the city aspect, but then it's still suburbs-like, but city all the way.
Do you still keep up with some of the people you might have went to school with from Pennsylvania?
Yeah, about like 2 or 3 of them I do keep up with. That's mostly who I was close to, and then it's just when I'm on Facebook, that's when I really see everybody.
So how did you feel? Like, was you like looking through your window when the car was driving away, leaving your hometown? How did that make you feel?
I mean, of course you're sad. You've been in a place for so long, and then having to shift and not understanding why you're shifting. But I got over it. I had to look at the brighter side of things and saw it as a new chapter to do something different with myself, even though I was young. So.
So, when you moved here, you lived in Solon. Was that the first place you moved to?
Yes.
Okay, so how was Solon?
I personally don't like it there.
You don't like Solon?
No.
That's where all the bougie girls, they all went to Solon. Is that true?
No, they're not bougie at all.
So Solon, okay. So going into like high school, you did I know you danced, and you also did you cheerlead too?
No, I did do cheerleading before I moved here. That was competitive cheer. I had to stop it because there was no competitive team out here. So entering my senior year, I did the drill team, which is part of the marching band.
Oh, that's dope. So you was like one of them girls on drumline?
Yes, we were. We had pom-poms. We didn't have batons or flags. We weren't that coordinated to have that. So.
And you did ballet too. How long have you been doing that?
I started ballet when I was about 6. I left it and then came back to it like my mid-junior year going into senior year. Kept up with it throughout my senior year, and then I stopped it. But I still try to practice some positions to keep my posture straight throughout the years.
That's why I always said you have some pretty good posture too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. Like your posture is so key, like, 'cause it showed like confidence even when you may be nervous or something. People couldn't tell. I'm like, she got some good posture on her.
Thanks.
That's what's up. So you said you didn't like soloing. Did you make any friends there?
I did. There are some girls I'm still cool with, and they were very sweet to me. And then there were some girls they were my past, and I just never want to see them again. So everybody's always gonna have those mean girls in school.
So you would say like being in school you wasn't like the popular girl?
Absolutely not. I was some random girl from Pennsylvania nobody even knew about, couldn't even dig up some dirt about, and they didn't like that. So a lot of people, unfortunately, I noticed that they rather judge and hate on it and not like it before they get to know who the person is. So.
But now you like Mike Jones. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot, they all love me. She just grew dimples and everything.
Oh, I had these dimples. I've always had these.
Now I got the kneecaps on. Y'all can't see them. She's shining now. So you graduated in 2014 or was it 15?
14.
14, okay. So you still got some youth on you. Okay, so you going like during high school, like after high school, you worked at as a clerk. You worked at Giant Eagle. Was it the gas station or something like that?
Yes, I did the gas station. My first job was in retail. I absolutely hated it. The clothing store was like terrible. It wasn't for me. And then I went and worked at the gas station for a little bit. So I've had a lot of jobs.
That's good. So you actually, and this is something I actually found out about you, and it kind of gave me a greater appreciation for me knowing you, but you saved somebody's life.
I did, yes.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, so can you explain, because you had, I guess, you did CPR, and when did you learn how to do that? Can you explain that?
So when originally my major was going to be, I believe it's like sports medicine or athletic trainer. So in order to be athletic trainer, to be anything in the medical field, you have to have CPR training. That's just mandated. So I learned CPR, and then on top of that, I was working as a lifeguard job, also at the community center. So as lifeguard, you gotta learn how to perform CPR and know how to rescue somebody out of the water. So that's how I knew how to do it, and it was a crazy situation. Out of all the places, I never thought at the gas station, like, that's where I would have to use it. So pretty much what happened, a customer came in, and he was a regular. He drank normally, but I guess it got to the point where it got in his veins and affected his function of his blood. So he came in and he just collapsed on the floor, and he pretty much died for like 5 minutes. He went completely blue, and everybody else didn't know what to do, and I was the only one certified to even help him. So, and I remember the paramedic saying if I hadn't performed CPR and like within that first couple of minutes, he wouldn't have been here. So I think it was like about like 19. I didn't think it was a big deal. I was just doing what I was trained to do. So.
Wow, that's beautiful. Like, most, and it's like you're very talented. You do multiple different things, but it's like that's gonna be one of the things people remember the most. You know, you saving somebody's life. Everybody can't say that. You know what I'm saying? And for you to be so young and poised and just knew what to do, I would pat you on the back, but my arms ain't that long.
It's okay. It's okay.
But that's dope though. I was like, oh man, she got a little cape under in her shirt. That's what's up. Like, I'm sure your family was like real proud of you and everything.
Oh yeah, I didn't even tell my mom at first. She only found out because my boss told her, and I just thought I was doing what CPR was meant to do, like, and I would hope that if I wasn't there, that somebody would know what to do too. So.
Okay, and you received an award for that too.
I did. I received a humanitarian award.
I got a humanitarian award too. So we twins on the low. I'm just a little taller than you. Yeah, I do a lot in the community, giving out toys and turkeys and teaching kids how to tie ties. The senator, he gave me an award last year.
That's great.
Just recognizing all the things I've been doing in the city. So I salute you though. I ain't saying nobody. Well, maybe I did save a life, but you actually brought somebody back to life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still, what you did is still just as impactful to the community.
That's dope. And pretty much that's what this show is for. Is for individuals like yourself to come on and talk about themselves, their life, their upbringing, and see the trials and tribulations that you faced, and maybe you can help someone that's watching this. You know. So some people may think like if they model or they act or they may do music or hair, they may think like that's just that, but it's so much more you could have to offer. Do you think everyone should learn, like, get their certification, like, for that?
Oh, absolutely. I think that because when you take CPR class, you're not just learning how to perform CPR, you're actually learning about wilderness survival. So if you broke your leg, they show you how to make a splint out of like twigs and like stuff you find around you. So it's like survival instincts that you never know. I know a lot of people like to go hiking. Something might happen and you need those survival tips to help you keep alive and keep going. So I think it's important everybody learns it, even if they feel like they'll never use it. You just never know.
Yeah, you make me want. I need to. It was a lady. She was actually I interviewed her. I want to get her back in here, but she does the course. Cause I was thinking about getting mine. Like, I never had to like save nobody like that before. But it's crazy. I bet you, as soon as I get this certification, it's something gonna happen. You know, you never know. But that's what's up. So after high school, you went to college. You went to you went to Cleveland State.
Yes, I'm still attending, and I have a dual enrollment with Tri-C University, Tri-C Community College.
Okay, what's your major?
Right now, my major is journalism.
Interesting. Oh, you in the right seat then?
Yeah.
Oh, so how am I doing?
You're doing pretty good.
Yeah,
you're doing pretty good.
Okay, you know, I'm self-taught, but that's what's up. Okay, so I actually dropped out of school. You know what I'm saying? But I actually I've been thinking about going back and everything. Do you think school is important?
That's always a tough question. It depends on your drive. Like, I never believe people should force themselves to do something that's for someone else's end goal. Do it because you want to do it. Like, if you have found success out of college and you didn't feel like you needed it, then that's great. That's awesome. I do think everybody should take like a business class every once in a while, but it's completely up to you. Now, if you're going into a field like doctor, lawyer, absolutely 100%. You're going to have to go to school. That's like something that takes years and years to master, and you're even still learning on the job. So
That's interesting. I actually took, I majored in business and marketing and minor entrepreneurship. Sound familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I actually learned more outside of school than I did in school. And the things that I did learn in school, I started applying it to my life, like taking accounting and having to do balance sheets and all that. I didn't do that when I was in school, but now I'm doing it now. Corporate finance, all these different things. So I think it's important, like, even when you get older, even if you don't go to school, just to self-educate yourself. I think the older I get, the more I want to learn. Do you feel that same way?
100%. Like, I always feel like there's something I can always learn. There's always something I don't know, and, you know, you're never too old to learn something new.
Okay. So, after high school, you went to college and start getting into other different things. You were a part of a group called the Shameless Ladies. Yeah, so how did you hear about that?
That was honestly through Instagram. I found Brianna through her page and just saw an ad to like be a part of this project. So I took part and decided to join, and just from there, that's how I learned about it.
So do you think, like, as far as being in a group, do you think it's impactful in your growth as far as being a brand or having your own business or anything like that? Did you learn anything?
Yes, it can be. I definitely did learn, like, you know, if you are your brand, that's what you're pushing. So, and there might be little things that you'll do that some people will be like, well, how is this going to help me? But it does help you in the end. You got to see it through until then. So I think that's one thing I do appreciate from the Shameless Ladies, and networking, the importance of talking to people. That's something that I carry with myself even today. Like, just even going to certain events, just talk to somebody. You don't know who this person might be. So.
That's what's up. Yeah, and that's actually how I met you. I met you through the Shameless ladies. And you're right, like, it take money to make money. So, like, and your time. You know, sometimes I guess at that time you're trying to figure it out and different things. And you were actually young, like you were younger. You're not that much older than me though. You know, but you was younger, but that actually kind of inspired me. The whole, the Shameless movement, and I created As Gorgeous Ladies. You know what I'm saying? It inspired me because you guys actually did a couple events. When you were part of that, did a couple events for me that when I just started off in the entertainment phase, managing artists and different things like that. So, like I say, I appreciate it. Do you feel like it should have kept going on, or?
It could have kept going, just under different management styles.
Okay. Yeah. So after that, you started going into more like the modeling, and you're part of One of a Kind. I don't want to get to that yet, but you got into a modeling agency and everything like that. Did you do that before Shameless, or was it after?
No, that was more so after. That was after Shameless.
Okay. So and you're still a part of that now?
No, me and that agency have parted ways a while back, but right now I am freelance.
So you independent?
Yes.
Okay, she on the market now, yo. I'm gonna get her while she hot. So that's what's up. So you was a part of a group. You was a part of an agency. So now it's like you have all that knowledge and experience. What is 2.0 Millie? Like, where do you go from here?
Just continue to go up and continue to hustle. There's still so much I have to learn still. It doesn't matter where I'm at in the stage. Even if I'm all the way at the top, I can still learn more. I am still actively looking for another agencies to sign to because I know where I want to push myself. And yeah, just more diving into information, watching videos, educating myself on stuff maybe I missed, and just keep grinding.
Okay. So you also have knowledge in video production and creative writing. Like you said, you was journalism and everything like that. It sounds like you need to be helping us. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. We definitely gonna work together. I know me and you did a couple projects together. You came to one of my very first events. You modeled for me on my first fashion show, and you also modeled for me in a fashion show that I was helping someone else do too. How do you see my growth?
You're definitely growing. It's amazing seeing how much you have transformed and expand from when I first met you. So I remember it was just Stanley with the bow ties, and it's turned into this whole empire now, and it's honestly amazing. I always love seeing my friends grow.
I appreciate you for even calling me a friend. I didn't think I had none. And that's the thing, like when you go into business, you're gonna lose a lot of relationships. You think some people are your friends. A lot of times people be for themselves. So one advice I can give you is sometimes if you go into business with somebody, always think of you being a chess player.
Yeah.
You ever played chess before?
I hate chess, but yes.
You know how to play though. You know the premise of it. So just think of yourself as the master. You controlling the chessboard. And a lot of times people, they look at themselves as a pawn or a knight, but really they're a chess player as well. So a lot of times people can be playing chess against you and you thinking you on the board.
Right.
So just thinking bigger, you know what I'm saying? So you've done modeling, acting, you've modeled for New York Fashion Week?
I've been to a couple castings out there, but nothing yet. Okay,
so how was that experience? Because a lot of people think modeling is just so easy, like you could just go there and just make it. Like how was that experience for you?
Oh my gosh, it was definitely different than like here. Here they're more open to you modeling when it goes to like casting calls for fashion shows. Like 90% of the time when you go to a casting call out here, you're gonna get selected. Where out there are hundreds of girls who look just like you, walk like you, and so the odds of you being turned away is that 90%. So you have to work 10 times harder and bring your A game because they're literally it's a factory. You know, come in, pose, say your name, maybe, walk, that's it, you're done, thank you for your time. Like, there's no, what you do, what are you trying to get to know you? It's definitely what modeling is. Modeling in that world shows that you are replaceable unless you show that you can't be replaceable. So that's something that it just shows me like, okay, I need to work on what makes me unique. And because when I went there were so many girls with this type of hair, it wasn't anything new, so I had to work 10 times harder.
Mm. So as far as like doing fashion shows here, what is the difference? Like, is it a huge difference doing a fashion show here than doing it out there?
It does depend on the production, but yes, because style walk, you're literally seen as a mannequin out there. You're just there to show off the clothes. You know, they don't expect much of a walk out of you. Where here, they definitely let your personality shine through while showing off their clothes. There's a little bit more balance and a more relationship with the designer. There, you're lucky if the designer remembers your name. Mm. So it's definitely a totally different type of field and vibe.
Mm. I think you should teach a lot of girls how to walk, because a lot of women, they be walking like kangaroos. I be like, like I wanna do a class like just kind of like helping, you know, models, like, because it's a lot of stuff that a lot of girls don't know how to do. They don't know about the comp card. They don't know that you should have like certain type of pictures with a dry face.
Yes.
Front ways, sideways, or whatever.
Digitals.
Yeah,
yep.
Digital. So it's just different things like that. Maybe you could teach, or we could do it together. You know, teach other girls that's, you know, maybe looking up to you or just don't know where to go. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of those girls, they might go out there, or guys go out there and think it's sweet, and then they get kicked out of there, and they not gonna know how to bounce back from that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you get your strut from? Does that come from getting picked on in school, or the mean girls and all that, or moving, you know, so much?
Honestly don't know where it comes from. I think it's just I'm the baby of the family, so a lot of people think like I just have everything handed to me and I'm just a spoiled child, and it's not like that. I was raised by a very strong black woman, and she always taught us perseverance because she had to go through that in her life. So she always taught us, just because someone says no, it doesn't mean it's the final no. So to keep going, another door opens once somebody says no to you. Mm. So that's something that I just try to instill from my mother's teaching to apply to anything.
So the single mother, did she raise you by herself?
Yes, she did.
Okay. And you're actually mixed too. Mm-hmm. So I seen you've been like Costa Rica. Do you have family that live out there?
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican?
Yes.
Oh.
My grandfather is out in Puerto Rico.
Oh, ¿cómo estás? Etiquito español.
Está bien.
Oui, pipí, sí, sí.
Oh, no, that's French.
Oh, shoot. Oops. Oops. Okay. Yeah, I know. See, some stuff in French, they kind of mesh a little bit. But I took French and Spanish, so.
Ah, so tu parles français?
¿Cómo se llama? ¿Cómo t'appelles-tu?
¿Cómo t'appelles-tu?
Yeah.
Je m'appelle Emilia.
Stanley. I gotta I took French in 8th grade, and then Spanish I took like 3 years of it. So if somebody like talking Spanish for a while, I'll pick stuff up they saying. Yeah. I
spoke Spanish a lot when I was younger. I have to like work on it more just because I'm not around that family as much. So, but I knew like the basics. Hi, how are you? Like where stuff is, and like that stuff. I don't really know like the major stuff I should know, but I can understand it when somebody's talking to me, kind of get a gist of what they're saying, but I can't just say it back.
So you're the definition of like somebody who's really exotic for real.
No, I hate that word.
You don't like that word?
No, because it's like, what does it mean to be exotic? Like,
Well,
I feel like every black person out here is exotic. That's the chance. Like, we're all unique. Our features are all different on everybody. So I feel like exotic just because someone's mixed with something. Like, I don't know. I just don't like that word.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're a Millie.
Millie.
Yeah. But yeah, so like, how is that? Like, have you ever because now in the times we facing right now, and I see that you actually did you were a part of a one of a kind collection,
Mm-hmm.
and it was really talking as far as the Black Lives Matter and what's going on in the world. How did that make you feel, and what do you feel about what's going on in the world today?
It's a lot, but there are some times I'm sad about what's continuing to happen because this isn't anything new, unfortunately. But I'm also trying to be strong because I know that it does apply to then like the modeling world. We black people, we're only seen as beautiful, as important when there's monetary currency behind it. But I hope that when we get more of our white counterparts to understand their privilege and use it to make that change, that we can see a difference. So I was really happy when Emily reached out to me and she wanted to highlight these black designers, because that's something that a lot of these trends are from black designers and they just get marketed and off as something else. So I feel very passionate about it, and as someone who's faced like racism at like a young age, it's something that I can't ignore it even if I tried. Like, by the color of my skin I get judged. So yeah, I feel very passionate about it.
Do you have a story of when you faced racism when you were younger?
Yeah, I was friends with this girl. She was a white girl back in Swainsville, and one time we got into a really bad argument. I think I was about 6 years old, and her brother decided to call me the N-word repeatedly, like I was cornered. I remember going home to my mom crying, and I didn't fully understand what the word was, but I knew the context behind it. I knew it was hurtful. And my mom went over to her mom's house and had to have a talk with her, made her apologize, and that was like the first time I heard it. And then as I got older, I get it still every day with my hair. Working at the gas station, I can't count on many hands that people thought my hair was a wig, and that was like, I had to smile off the ignorance, but it was something that really like hurt me, because it was just like, the fact that you don't think that this could be my hair and it could be this pretty and curly and kinky is just heartbreaking. Just especially how we have Google. Like, this is not anything new. Like, black people have beautiful curly hair. Why must we have a wig in order to even have this type of beauty to us? Why must it be fake? So I still continue with that till this day. Even when being mixed, I was often told that I wasn't black enough. I couldn't understand what black people were going through because, oh, well, you have a light-skinned father, so you don't understand. Like, you're not fully black. Oh, you don't like Friday? Well, you're not black. Like, and it's a war I have, and it makes me upset because I want everybody to feel loved. It doesn't matter if you're purple or green. Like, why can't we just all see the beauty in each other? So
I think media has something to do with that.
100%.
So as far as embracing your beauty and your hair and just different things like that, if you go on your phone or you go on TV, all women are wearing is wigs.
Yeah.
They all wearing a bunch of makeup.
Of course.
A lot of women are getting like they bodies like done, and so if you constantly seeing something over and over,
oh yeah, no, 100%.
You're gonna that's what you're gonna like, or a black man, he's gonna embrace the name that you don't like, an exotic woman. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of black women, they get upset if the black man go marry another race or something like that.
Right.
But they're training the younger boys by what they're wearing. Wearing wigs and getting 30-inch weaves and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And that might be like another race. They actually have that real hair, so they don't have to do that. So I feel like if more black women actually embrace their their beauty, it would curve of what we like, as a black man.
I believe that too, and I believe like as a light-skinned woman, I understand that there is a privilege that comes with that because of media. What that shows that we need to like check our black men whenever we have them downing someone who's a little darker than us. Like make sure to be like, no, if you think I'm beautiful, she's pretty. All black women are pretty. Not just because of this, that. No, she's pretty just as like as me. And I want to educate you on what you're saying and understand how it could be perceived as hateful. So I think that's just important. We need to educate ourselves and love ourselves and teach us down to the little kids as well.
Would you be open to teaching younger girls about themselves, like confidence and just different things like that?
Oh, 100%. 100%, because unfortunately not every kid has that home life that will be able to embrace them for their uniqueness and let them know that their black is gorgeous. You don't need to change anything about that. So if I need to become that voice, I will 100% would love to do that. I want a little girl to grow up knowing that she is beautiful just the way she is, no matter what she decides to do with herself. So
I think the whole like pandemic and everyone's dying like recently, just stuff being in the media, it really helped me. Like, cause I started to read more, I started to learn more about who I am, my race, and it just started making me really appreciate me, as a black man. Did the pandemic affect you in any type of way?
No, probably more mentally it did, but physically no. I was fortunate enough that my job just transferred to working from home. So, but probably mentally, yes, just because my modeling job aspect was more affected. And it kind of made me sat and think like, okay, what am I going to do long term, say if something like this happens again? Like there's got to be another way of income, because seeing people lose their main source because they were taught no other, like this is it. And seeing so many people unemployed, it's like, okay, I need to be prepared and be able to, when I have a family, if something like this happens, we're good. I have another way of income of protecting myself and my family.
Right. Exactly. Are you working on anything like currently that you have coming up?
No, not recently. I'm just in the process of rebranding myself, seeing just where I feel like my purpose is meant. So that's probably the main thing I'm working on right now.
Okay. You know how to roller skate?
I don't. I only know how to do like the basic like coast around, but I don't know how to roller skate.
You can make yourself look cool though?
I can try, but I can make myself look cute, but
that's about it, huh? Okay. As far as like okay, I wanted to talk about this too. So back in 2015, 2016, that was like crazy time for you. You like lost your dog, you had lost a dog, and you lost one of your friends too.
Yes.
And then in the same time, this was like right after like high school, and then you transitioned into the whole the Shameless and everything like that too. How was this time for you? Did that make you like stronger, going through those different things? And
yeah, it kind of made me like more so appreciate life, and just made me think about if I were to die for whatever reason, what impact am I going to leave? I think that's really what it taught me. So.
Wow. And you was young. Like, did it make you grow up kind of fast?
I normally don't handle death well, so it definitely it just made me have a different more aspect of life at a younger age than I never would have thought. So.
Okay. This is a bit random, but if you having a bad day and you in a relationship, what is it that a guy can bring you that's gonna make you smile?
Oh, I don't even know right now because like I just got out of a relationship, so like famous Rihanna. I'm not looking for a man, so let's start there. I just throw myself in my books and grind. Honestly, I learned from my last relationship, you can't depend on someone to make you happy. You gotta be happy on your own. So if I'm having a bad day, I gotta learn how to pick myself up. And if I do have a guy and he wants to make my day better, take me to Texas Roadhouse and feed me, god damn it.
Get you some flat wings. You like flat wings? Oh, you
I
don't like
like
chicken.
wings,
You
yeah.
just say you don't like chicken.
Give me some Texas Roadhouse rolls, some nice steak or something, and I'm good. I don't know. I believe the best way to someone's heart is their stomach. So maybe cook for me.
Speaking of cooking, can you cook?
I can whip a little bit something. I'm not too fancy with it, but
hot dog water. That's your specialty.
I think the last fanciest thing I made was jambalaya rice with shrimp. So
okay, interesting. Yeah, it's definitely a way to It used to say a man's heart, but women y'all eat more than guys.
We do. Like it's not just a man; it's a woman's heart too. A lot of women don't like to like prove that because they have this image of like women don't really eat. But I eat. I'm gonna eat. Like I don't care if I look gross. I'm gonna eat. Like so it'd be disrespectful not to eat.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I feel that. That's what's up. So you was a real big Heat fan too. Like
Heat fan?
Heat. Or you a LeBron fan? You like basketball?
I don't like basketball.
You don't like basketball?
No. I'm a Jimmy Butler fan, but like I'm not a Heat fan.
So anywhere he go, that's who you like.
Anywhere Jimmy goes, I like when Jimmy plays, and that's it.
Yeah, they just swept.
But,
they swept their team, so
yeah. But I'm more of a football person.
Football?
Mhm.
You a Browns fan?
Hell no. Eagles all the way.
What's wrong with the Browns?
What's right with the Browns?
Oh man, you is from Pennsylvania, so I give you a pass.
Eagles all the way.
That's cool. The Browns gonna smoke them this year if they do play.
I mean, they'll play. They'll probably do it just like how the NBA is doing it, and it's just gonna be no fans, probably virtual fans. So that's how they're doing it for baseball. They just have like nobody in the stadium. They're still playing though.
Yeah. Do you like Marilyn Monroe?
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
When I was young, I loved her. I love her confidence. At the time, she was a woman who just didn't care, but that wasn't heard of because it was in the 50s. So I loved her embracing of her sex appeal and not being afraid to just be herself. So.
What do you feel like people think of you? Like if on the outside looking in. I remember when I was in college, I had to write a 10-page paper on what are my strengths and what are my weaknesses. But I had to ask someone. I couldn't like just come up with them. Like, what do you think your strengths and what are your weaknesses? Just give me all your secrets.
Ooh, I don't even know. I can say my weaknesses are I overthink way too much. To the point sometimes I psych myself out. I don't take my own advice. That's another weakness. I don't know. I think it's the same way. I would have to ask somebody. My strength is like I'm headstrong when I want to be. So when I am on a mission, I do go through that mission. Very outspoken in a way that I'm not afraid to speak up against something that's maybe wrong or just be able to just be vocal when needed. And I think one thing is like I don't care, and it's more so of like I'm happy with myself, you know. I'm not really shameful about what I do, and being unapologetic, I think that's a strength. So.
Have you faced any adversity being like in the whole entertainment phase?
Modeling, being too short for runway. Yeah, I'm only like 5'4" and a half, 5'5" on a good day. But that's probably the most adversity I've faced. I have tattoos. That's not typical for fashion models to have tattoos. And I can't think of anything else if I have.
I guess I could be a model because I only got I got tattoos. They under my feet though.
Yeah, that's smart. At least they can cover.
That's why I kick my feet up. They'll be like, oh, like, he tatted. That's what's up. So it's a little girl out there, and she's been moving around. Her parents just separated. She's thinking about going to be an actor, but she doesn't have the confidence because she faced a lot of adversity like at a young age. What advice would you tell this little girl? She about 13 years old.
I would say like use your adversity to your strengths. I mean, like honestly, in a way, it seems hopeless right now, but use that and apply it to maybe characters you might play in the future. It seems crazy, but like that's going to be your best way to use that, because in a long run, once you do make it to the top, you're going to be so happy you did it, and be yourself. Like that's the best thing you can be. Don't let these people who act like they got it all together, they're secretly like falling apart inside and our life is going to ruins. You know, you've been there, done that, you went through that stage, now just continue to climb. So that's probably the advice I would give her.
You sound like you should be running for president or something like that. A little Miss Obama over there. Okay. Yeah, you a great speaker though. I know as far as journalism, you write a lot, but being able to articulate that is definitely a talent, and a lot of people don't know. Cause I just started doing this. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start, and I'll be looking up everybody's stuff and their information, and it's fascinating to me. I'm like, wow, I get to learn about that person, you know, and then actually get to sit down and talk to them face to face. Is this something you could see yourself doing, like maybe doing like interviews and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, that's what I was practicing at the journalism camp back in Philadelphia at WHYY. We were taught how to edit the story, find the story, like going off the street and just finding whatever we could find, and even sitting down and do personal one-on-one interviews. So I could see myself doing it. Like it's always fun learning about somebody's story.
So I may have something for you then. Okay, you got to sit down and talk. Yeah, that's what's up. Okay, so I just want to say I appreciate you for coming on. Is there anything that you wanna add or anything, or do you live by like a certain quote? Like, do you like quotes, and do you read like certain books like that?
I don't really have a certain quote. I have like this one tattoo that I try to.
Man, you gonna show me your guns?
Remind myself of. This is my favorite poet, Art Sin, and it is overwhelmed by a sea of emotions. Sometimes you have to drown to learn how to swim. So that's something that whenever I'm going through a rough patch, I just look back at that and understand that you sometimes have to go through failure in order to succeed. So.
Yeah, I think that's one of my biggest things, and as I'm starting to read now, I'm learning about other people like Malcolm X. He was a thief, you know what I'm saying, when he was younger, and then he turned into this huge like icon, and it's like his face. And Maya Angelou,
yeah,
you know, she was a prostitute, but that's not what she's known for. Right. She's defined for. You being so young, you've done so many different things, but the thing that intrigued me the most about you is you a superhero. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna ever forget that now. Like I don't even look at you as just a model no more. I'm like, dang, she's a lifesaver. You a firefighter over there. So I just think that is just so beautiful and so amazing. And it also made me not judge people by who I think they may be. You know what I'm saying? And doing these interviews is giving me a chance to really look and see exactly who they are. You could be a stripper, you could be a porn star, you could be a teacher, a doctor, but at the same time, most of the women that sit in that chair, they're all beautiful. Not just on the outside, but the inside as well. So
yeah,
I just want to say I really appreciate you. You are just so amazing, and everybody that's watching this, she always, anytime I call her, she be Johnny on the spot, even though she may be late. She always come through for me, you know what I'm saying? I remember the first time I called you for, I think it was a pool party, And my cousin, I think Machine Gun Kelly, he was like, you got anybody that you could bring? He was one of the first persons I called. And he showed up too. But keep being great, keep being amazing. I feel like the sky is definitely aim for the stars. You miss it, you'll be amongst the clouds.
You're right.
And definitely you in my company, so you're in great hands. So whatever I got is yours. I'm gonna give you a couple dollars, like, you know, give you $2, like give me $2. So yeah, but there you have it. It's another episode. Speak Up Baby. Miss Millie. Peace. You witnessed another episode of Speak Up Baby. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, share, and send it to your family, your cousins, your aunties, your uncles, everybody. You witnessed another episode of Speak Up Baby. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, share, and send it to your family, your cousins, your aunties, your uncles, everybody.